You have to move as one. The closer you come together, the easier things can be done. I mean, if you're all out going every way direction, it's hard to pull for one common thing. But if you're together, sharing a common things such as Jesus Christ and believing in the person next to you like you believe in yourself and just trusting in the Lord, I feel like that anything's possible. So like I said, I hope they took that being very thankful, being very appreciative, and being very respectful will get you a long way.
We went to the sugarcane village. It was like, wow. I mean, we're driving down this dirt road and there are kids coming out from the woods, coming out from everywhere, just clinging onto the bus and just wanting a piece of us, wanting some of our time. And there was no electricity, they were just living in huts. And the thing that all of our players recognized the most was how little they had and the big smiles they had on their faces. They were obviously very, very excited to see us. We gave them some food, and just giving the families food there, you would have thought we'd given them $1 million, just because somebody was there to give them something, trying to take care of them. And we didn't even put a dent on what they needed there, but just when we got off that bus, they clinged to us, and just to see our guys' reaction, to see their eyes, and to see the effect it had on when we got there, to see the effect it had on when we left was just amazing.
I mean, people were just running out of everywhere, and they're just eager to play with us and just love on us, really. And that was just a real eye-opening experience. I was really excited. I mean, it was going to be a good time just because I had all the teammates there, and I knew that this time was going to change a lot of people's lives and open their eyes and see how blessed we are, and it certainly did that.
On the bus ride back, everybody was just going through their own mental standpoint of how they took in what we just seen, you know what I mean? Because when we got there, it's like there was, like completely nothing. The kids were so happy with nothing. And people like us, sometimes we complain about the things that we don't have. To see them just with a smile on their face, not knowing when the next meal is coming, just living for the moment and being happy in it. And on the bus ride back, it just made you think about, the things that God has brought you through.
As we were walking around the orphanage during that tour, just bunk beds lined up just right next to each other, and there's babies' cribs just lined up right next to each other, and no air, and they didn't care about if any pests got on their food, and it was all about surviving and just loving life, really, and just enjoying the life God's given us, and they're certainly doing that and doing it to the best that they can. There's just so much other stuff to worry about in life than just some flies on some food and some clothes on your back. You can do some bigger things than that.
Getting off the bus was kind of like the sugarcane village. The kids were a little more excited. Climbing over walls, throwing balls over the walls. It was just like going to give back was better than receiving any gift that I ever received in my life.
I think the funniest thing was the whole time we had been there, we had talked about don't let circumstances matter. When we get to our first game and there's no electricity and we're warming up in the dark, guys are throwing skip passes and hitting each other in the head with it because they can't see. And I go out there to see what's going on, and the car drives up and he pulls a battery out of his car and puts it in there trying to get the generator working, and we're just looking at each other like, wow, this is really happening.
It was a fun time. It was just an adventure every day. You didn't know if we were going to play or not, but you didn't know how the teams were. You're just going in there, just trying to experience something new, and all the guys definitely soaked up. One night we were supposed to play, we didn't even play, so it was just all about the experience and just bonding together and coming together as one.
It's been a blessing coming to see you guys and see your country this week.
Estamos bendecidos por haber participado en diferentes sitios en esta semana.
We've enjoyed playing basketball,
Estamos gozosos de jugar baloncesto,
but more importantly,
pero lo más importante,
we enjoy spreading the word of Jesus Christ.
I think, you know, you're in a hotly contested contest. You're playing basketball, and usually at halftime you're coming back in the locker room and the teams are separating. And there, you know, at halftime the teams were getting together, and we had 4 different guys, Carter and Justin and Jordan and Dee give testimonials at halftime of the game. And just to bring that group together, have interpretation and you know, what Jesus Christ has done for us.
Such a blessing to have this opportunity to come share our word with you.
Él está muy bendecido por tener la oportunidad de compartir con ustedes este breve mensaje.
We came to discuss with you that there's life after basketball.
Así como el coach les dijo que es antes de todas las cosas,
And that playing basketball can help you develop a relationship with not only your teammates, but with Jesus Christ. Father God, we come to you humble.
gracias Señor, te damos nueva vez.
Thank you for this glorious day.
Gracias Señor por tu gloria en este día.
Thank you for opening our eyes and sharing our worlds. To share the word of Jesus Christ was amazing. It's because I recently gave my life to Jesus Christ right before we left to the deal. I was baptized. So to immediately have the effect on someone else that someone here had the effect on me, it was just amazing to go over and share what I went through. And you know, they were nodding their heads when I was talking, and I guess they went through some of the same similar things that I was going through. So to share the word was amazing.
I've been playing basketball since I was about this tall.
Como ustedes, como esos niños, yo estaba jugando basquetbol como estaba de ese tamañito. Yo ahora
It's something I love more than anything.
es algo que yo amo más que cualquier cosa.
But what I love more than basketball,
Pero lo que yo amo más que basquetbol
what's near and dear to my heart is my relationship with Jesus Christ.
es lo
my
que
Lord
yo
and Savior.
tengo en mi corazón, mi relación con Cristo Jesús, mi Salvador.
Jesus loves you more than your mother, more than your father, more than your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, more than you guys could ever understand.
All the sin and the temptations, those can be washed away.
Todos los pecados y las tentaciones podían ser lavados.
I felt like I had no hope and I was lost.
Sentía que no tenía esperanza, que estaba perdido.
But he showed me that Jesus will forgive our sins.
To think less of themselves and more of others. Really, you know, if we can get one thing down, and hope we got more than one, but it is to think less of yourself and more of other people. There's so many people that I tell them every day that you walk by on campus that, you know, there are people that are hurting every day and you don't know it. And just take yourself out of the middle of it and put yourself into thinking of other people and trying to how can you help other people's needs.
Yeah, I mean, I got the opportunity to play with this kid that didn't have the ability to walk, and his legs were straightened, and so he was just bent over the whole time. And I mean, I'd never seen that before, and that was a really heartbreaking experience. And I want to find some way to help that kid, you know, just because I mean, no one should be able to have to walk around on their hands the rest of their lives. And I mean, it was an eye-opening experience because I'd never seen that. And then, so I mean, you just if you go into that situation, you don't come out changed. I mean, something's wrong with your heart, and you're not living, because anybody who goes in there is going to come out a different person.
Just because we're from different worlds, we still share a common belief, and that's in Jesus Christ. So I feel that if, you know, some days they may think that they're the only person going through it, or they're at the bottom and they're looking up at the bottom, and some of the things that I was going through, like sometimes I was looking up at the bottom, to just give him hope and to trust in the Lord, because he might not be there when you want him to, but he'll be there right on time.